Hi there, welcome to Elm Colors. I'm Erica. On today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you all of my pop culture coloring books. So this includes Disney and a whole bunch of other stuff. Everything that I just like, I do end up having coloring books for. So yeah, so I have a lot of the coloring books. I don't have a lot of finished pages in these. So this should be pretty quick, but yeah, I just thought I'd show you what I have. So I have two Disney Thomas Kinkade ones. I have this one. The Princess one is one of my books to work in this year. And I do have a page selected for that. But it's such a cool book. I'm going to try to do that one. We're going to see how that goes. But that is my idea. And I also have marked this one for another color along a while ago. So I thought about doing that one too. But yeah, these books have intimidated me for a really long time, and this is the year where I'm done with that, so we're just gonna go for it and see how we do. Yep, so there's that one. And then I also have the so this one was the, what is this one? This is the Princess one, and this one's just Disney. So there's lots of cool illustrations in here. Oh, that one's neat too. I gotta stop looking at those. I like the one that I picked. This one was another one that I thought about trying too, because it's at least it's got like the main characters are right front and center. Those would be easier to do. But I like that one. Okay. Yeah. So this is a cool book, but until I get something done in the other book, we're just gonna have to let that one hang out and wait for me. Next, I have a couple of Crayola coloring books. I have this one from Frozen 2, which is all, it's not attached, but each page has a front and back, and there's some really cute images, and some of them where I wouldn't mind coloring one and losing the other. So, yeah. So you could definitely use alcohol markers on these. I watched Sarah Renee Clark do some Disney coloring, and then I just got swept up in it, so I started buying all these different books. So I have this Frozen one, which I think is just awesome. Then I also have this Frozen one, which is the exact book that Sarah had used in her video. And yeah, it's another double-sided, but the paper's white at least, and it's decent paper. And again, I can use alcohol markers on one side if I, don't need to worry about the other side of the page. I'm trying to find the page that she colored. I want to say maybe it was that page, but I can't remember. I thought it was a stairwell page, but I could be crazy. She did do this one and turn it into like a scary page. I do remember that. But yeah, or she did or someone else did. But yeah, it's a cute book. I love Frozen, and I want to color it, but I just haven't yet. And then I do have one page finished in one of these. So this has got the newer princesses, I think. Oh, maybe not. Maybe they just added Moana and Tiana in. Oh, Merida's in here too. Yeah, so some of the newer princesses are added in that one. And then this one has the older princesses, and this one was my daughter's, and then I stole it from her, so she's got this page done, which I thought about maybe trying to fix and make it mine, but we'll see how that goes. But there's some really cool pages in here. I like that a lot. And I did do this one, so I prepared the page with gesso and then colored on top of it, and used a bunch of iridescent watercolors and stickles, or maybe that was I think that's a watercolor actually too, to create the shimmer on there, and did ink tints for her skin. Yeah, so that was kind of fun to play around with. Yeah, so these are the older princesses, but still really cute images. And I really do like these ones because you can definitely use alcohol markers on this side and not have to worry about things bleeding through. So yeah, like those. So those are the Disney Princess ones I have. And then I have this one. This was from France, but I don't know. Oh, it says Hachette, so maybe that was just another one of their books. There's a few pages in here that have a colored background already, and I thought that was really pretty, but I saw this image and I really wanted to color that, so that's one of the reasons I got this book. Again, it's double-sided, but I think the paper is a little bit better quality, so you might be able to use water mediums in this one. Yeah, I don't like the ones with like the printed things in the background, but I do like her, so I'm trying to decide if I can live with that. Like if I just paint that out around her and just color her. I don't know. Some really cute images. I like this one of Aurora and Philip. I think that's cute. So yeah, so that is that name. I don't know how to say that. I have two coloring books, Disney coloring books from Japan. So this is a mandala one that I'm sure I saw on someone's channel and was just like, ooh, that's cool. But it's not like a normal kind of mandala. It's different. Like they do have some of the elements that you would normally find, but then there's like character things. Like I really like this one too, because it's the villains, but each of them get like a third of the circle. But yeah, so you can see kind of how the mandalas are in here. So there's Elsa, there's Anna, that's Elsa. I like the line art in these. I thought that was really cool. But again, I haven't done anything in any of them. These are single-sided, basically, because it's just this on the opposite side. So you could use alcohol markers if you want, but the paper in this is super, super nice. But the line art is pretty thin, so I don't know how well alcohol markers would work. Might be okay. But I'm too nervous to color in it, so I haven't done it yet. So there's that. Most of these Disney ones are the same thing. It's just like I think it's because I know what they're supposed to look like, so it kind of is like a block for me. Like I can't do it because I'm afraid that it's not going to turn out the way that it's supposed to. I hope that makes sense. Some of these ones I think would be okay. Like the characters I know that need to be a specific way, but like this whole background I could color however I wanted. But these ones are really neat scenes, like giant scenes with the Disney characters in it. This one, again, absolutely gorgeous, and this would be beautiful. I want to color that really badly. I had this one flagged. I was going to try to do both of those one year. Yeah, and they have like season ones. So there was a Christmas one earlier. There's a Halloween one. Super cute. I love this book. Really like this Finding Nemo one too. Thought that was adorable. So yeah, it's a really cute book. I will show you the ISBN number because I have no idea what the title is or who the author is or artist is, but yeah, gorgeous, gorgeous book. So there is the, wait, I'll just give you all the information. So if you want to write some of that down, you can check that out. Oh, there's the ISBN number right there. So yeah, love it. Awesome book. Okay, here we go. Art of Coloring, Disney Villains. This is a book. I don't typically like the Art of Coloring books, but this one is amazing. And I have added this one to my 25 books to color in 2025 because I have not touched this yet, and it's so stinking cool. I have picked out, I think, just one page in here so far. I mean, look at that. That's amazing. Yeah, so I love all of these pages. That was cool. It's such a good book. Yeah, and so I picked the Marvelous Madame Mim. I'm going to color this one on this side, I think. That is the page that I've done. I also like this one too. I can't remember his name, but I know he's from Princess and the Frog, but I like that one too. I like all of these. What am I saying? I don't love the ones where there's a bunch of patterns on the actual character themselves, but there are ways definitely around that. But the most of the pages in this don't have that. So, but yeah, love that book. All right, so now we get into, I have several of the Hachette Heroes books. So I have this Grand Classiques one. This is the one that's got like the super hardback or front cover and back cover. And then there's some postcards in the back, and then you've got these just stunningly beautiful pages. There's another one that, that's one of my favorite movies, Sword in the Stone. It's so funny. Oh, there's a Robin Hood one. I like that one too. Yeah, so this one is one that I would love to work in as well, but for now I just have those other two Disney books. The first two that I told you about are flagged, but hopefully some of these will be able to find their way into my planner this year. I have Love Stories. I do like these ones because these are single-sided, so definitely can use alcohol markers on these. But again, paper's quality is really good, so you could probably use water mediums as well. So cute. Lots and lots of pages for me to color that I just look at and love, but have yet to put any color on. So there's Love Stories. I have the alphabet book. So this is the one where each character has a big letter or number. Like the back here, we've got numbers. So there's the 5 muses. And then, yeah, so W for Woody, U for Ursula. You get the gist. But again, I got this one because somebody was doing a color along and I was like, oh, I'm going to do it, but I didn't. I do really like it though. I like the illustrations. I think they're really cool. I would love to color it. I just have yet to do it. Love that one. Yeah, so there is the ABCD book. I also have the Disney Silhouettes book. This is another one where somebody was doing a color along and I was like, oh, that's amazing, but I did not do it. Now some of these I might have a little bit of a hard time with because there are very little tiny intricate details. So this one is definitely one you would want to use fine liners on. But like for this one, like look at all those tiny little things. That just seems like it would be a lot. I thought about destashing this one. This is one that if I don't color in by the end of the year, it's probably going to end up going. Because I thought it was such a cool idea, but it's just so much to color. Yeah. Cool book though. So that is Silhouettes. Then I have the family one, which is just adorable. Yeah, I love all of these. So there's that one. I have the forest one. Amazing. I just love Disney. I love the art. I don't know if I love the fact that some of these are portrait mode or landscape mode, because it'd be kind of hard to color them with the way this coloring book is. However, I've seen a lot of people take these out and put them in like binders, sleeves and stuff, since they tend to fall apart. So I thought that was a pretty good idea. Then I have Summertime. See, I've already got, this one's already fallen apart. I have not colored anything in this, but again, it's one that's adorable. What did I have flagged? Let's see. I had a Moana page flagged, which that was really cute, and this Tinkerbell one. So yeah, that is Summertime. And then last but not least of my Disney books is the Portraits Tome 2. Some of these I don't know who they are, but the majority of them I think I know. And these would definitely be ones that I would do with my alcohol markers. I'm not sure who that one is. Yeah, I don't know who that one is. But for the most part, I know who everybody is. I got rid of the smaller portraits book that I had because I liked this one a little bit more. But yeah, I don't know if I know who that is either. Those are the only two that I think that I don't recognize. Oh, Milo. All right, so that is it. That is all of my Disney books. So we'll move on to the next stack of pop culture stuff. Okay, so we're going to start with the Harry Potter books that I have. So I have this Scholastic Harry Potter one. It is super cute. It's double-sided, unfortunately, and the paper is not great. It's like a good Amazon kind of, but really, really cute images. And I think that these would be really nice to do with, you know, like distress inks in the background or gel sticks or something like that. And then pencils and stuff on top of that. I think they're so cute. I have not done anything in this one yet, so I don't know how the paper is exactly, but I think it would be really, really fun to color. I love that one. Yeah, so this is super cute. Like I said, not the best paper, but really cute illustrations. So that is the Harry Potter Magical Art Coloring Book from Scholastic. I also have this Wizarding World Harry Potter book. So this one is by Inside Editions, I guess. I have not done anything in this one either, but this is another one that is really neat. The paper quality is a little bit better in this one, but again, it's double-sided, so no alcohol markers, like especially on some of these bigger pages would be really nice to be able to use that. But I mean, I guess if I don't like the opposite side, it doesn't really matter. I could use alcohol markers, but I do have kind of a hard time with, oh, that's cool. I do have kind of a hard time with coloring people, like real life people. Like I can do portraits and stuff, but when it comes to coloring people that I know what they're supposed to look like, I get flustered and think I'm going to screw it up or something. But yeah, really cool. I've seen a couple people do these 2 pages really neat. Yeah, just a really good book. Lots of awesome pictures. Yeah, so that is that one. I also have the Harry Potter coloring book. This one is, I don't know who did this one. This is another one from Scholastic. This is an older one. This is from like when was this from? It says 2015, so it might be that old. I don't know, because this is one of my earliest coloring pages I've ever done in this book, which is this one. I did this one of Dumbledore with the baby. I've, again, seen a lot of people do pages out of this book that are really, really amazing. Like this one I've seen, this one I've seen. It's a very cool book. I don't like a lot of some of the ones that are like this one I could do without, but then that would let me maybe do this with alcohol markers. No, because Dobby's on that side. That's not happening. Yeah. You just kind of have to look at the next page and see, you know, what you're willing to, if you're willing to sacrifice something, but yeah, I like a lot of these. But again, like this one I could do without, and there's one a little bit later on that has like some jokey things in it too, but yeah, like these I don't need. But I like a lot of the portraits and the scenes. This one freaks me out. But I know, I mean, I know it's from the story, but yeah, some of the other ones that I don't need those ones up front. This one I don't mind. That one I like. So yeah, and then there are pictures in the back that kind of show you what things are supposed to look like, which is kind of helpful. I do like that. But yeah, so that is the other Harry Potter book I have. And then I do have one Fantastic Beasts book. I've done a little bit of coloring in this one. I did the little moon calf in the front here. And then that might have been about, I think I've just done one other page. I really love the ones with Cutie Patootie. Okay, so yeah, with Newt, because he's my favorite. So I did this one, and the pages fell out of the book, so I just taped them together, but I did it in a weird way, so it doesn't quite line up, which is unfortunate, but I do like the way that one turned out. I think it's pretty cool. I think this thing turned out really cool. I can't remember what those are called, but I like it. And I put some stickles on it, so it's nice and shimmery. But yeah, I like that one. And then I've got a couple others in here that I would like to color eventually, but a lot of them are ones that I'm just like, meh. Yeah, I do like some of the creatures, though. I think that's pretty cool. So yeah, so there is Fantastic Beasts. Next, I have the Buffy the Vampire Slayer coloring book. This one is an older one that I got used, but I really wanted it because I love this show and have watched it I don't know how many times. I love the different art styles in this too. I think it's really cool. But there's some really cool this one cracks me up. And I love that there are like quotes from the show on the other side. It's awesome. Yeah. So this is a great book. But again, it's like the coloring the real people kind of freaks me out a little bit. But maybe the ones where I don't know if I'll be able to color that one. I just saw who they were. Ooh. If you've not seen that episode, it's so creepy. Yeah. There's some that one's good. Love that episode too. There's just some really good episodes from this show, and I love the characters. So, yeah, and I do like all the different different artists that are in here. But yeah, it's a good book, and I just have not worked in it yet because, again, the real person thing. So yeah, so that is Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Then I have a couple of like D&D kind of books. So I have this Mythos and Monsters Color Cthulhu book. This is by Jacob Walker. I think my husband got this for me when he went to a gaming convention. But I will here's the ISBN number just in case that you want to see if you can find it. Because I don't know if this is available like on Amazon or anything, but it's a nice book. The paper is single-sided. It's like an Amazon, maybe a little bit better than an Amazon paper. But there's some really cool monsters in this. Some of them are a little freaky, but some of them are kind of cool. And I don't know what most of these are, so I could use my imagination and color it however I wanted to color it. But yeah, so there's that. Oh, it just tells you the title of the illustration. But yeah, it's pretty cool. So there's that one. I have this one I just got from my sister-in-law for Christmas this year. This is the Dungeons and Dragons Adventures Outlined, illustrated by Todd James. This is kind of it's a different art style for sure, so it might not be for everybody, but I think it's neat. I think it's funny. It reminds me of this card game that that we have, that we play sometimes. So this game is called Epic Spell Wars, and we play that sometimes. It is a little bit of an adult game, but the artwork on it is really funny, and the titles of like the spells and stuff that you can cast are really funny. But this artwork really reminds me of the same thing. But this would be really fun to do, kind of like they've done on the front, where they've just done like crazy colors and just had a blast with it. And some of them are single-sided, so you could use alcohol markers on some of them, but then there's a few double-page layouts too. Oh, I have some stickers that I didn't know were in there. I will keep those. But yeah, really interesting artwork. So I'm hoping to get something colored in this soon, because it just makes me giggle. The next one I have is the Monsters and Heroes of the Realm Dungeons and Dragons coloring book. This one is amazing. And again, one that I have not touched. There are some color illustrations at the back that you can use for inspiration and like shadow placement and things like that. There are some very detailed images in this book. Some that I don't think I would ever color in a million years, but pretty cool. And then the other thing that I really like is that each page in the back here, there's a list of what the title is, who the artist is, and where it's featured in the Dungeons and Dragons books. So that's really interesting too, because then you can look up the original artwork if you want to. But like this one it's a lot. That's a lot going on right there. And I don't know that I could color it. But there are some in here that I just really love. There's an owl bear one in here that I want to color. I do like the ones of like the characters too. I think those are cool. I like that guy. Yeah. I know Dungeons and Dragons isn't everybody's cup of tea, but I like that one. That one's cool. I don't know where I must have skipped the owl bear. It's a cute image. But yeah, so like this one, here's that one, and then that illustration was back here. Was this. So that'd be kind of cool. Like you wouldn't have to, I think what I would do is I would just focus on her and not worry about everything back there. But like really like do the flames, really cool. Yeah, that one would be neat. This one would get colored like Vex from Critical Role, because that's who she looks like. But yeah, love it. It's a cool book. I just haven't worked in it yet. Next, I have the Bestiary of Tolkien coloring book. I love this book too. This is another one that's really, really cool. It's got all the creatures and characters from Tolkien all over, and then at the bottom it tells you what they are, who they are, so you can look up reference images if you want to. I do have a couple of whips in here and then one completed page. So here's one of my whips, and I started this a long time ago. So I have no idea what I've used unless did I write it down? I did write it down. Yay me. Yeah, so hopefully I'll be able to recreate it, because I do like the look of her. I think that looks pretty cool. I might darken the sky up a little bit though. But yeah, that one's neat. And then I did find out you can use water mediums in this book, so that is another option that I might use that for the sky on that other one. I started this one because it terrifies me, and I wanted to try out my water mediums on a page that I would hate. It worked. I am going to finish this page, but again, it scares the heck out of me. This is just one layer of I think Inktense or Neocolors too. It's not anything else. It's just the base layer there. I will show you the one that I did. Gosh, like look at the artwork on this. It's so cool. I'll show you the one I did here that's finished that I would just adore. This is such a cool book. So here is the one that I finished. Again, I really love it. I used Neocolors in the background and to base everything, and then went in with my pencils and did some shading on the eagles and on the rocks, outlined the clouds with Posca. Yeah, it's just a neat page. I love the way that it ended up turning out. So definitely one that I want to work in some more. I love this one too. I want to color that one a lot. And that one. Yeah. Love this book. So that's A Bestiaria of Tolkien. Then my sister-in-law also got me this Romantasy coloring book, which I'm definitely, that's kind of what I've been reading lately. Those are the kind of books that I tend to read. Sorry, I had to get that price tag off. But this is really cute. There's several different artists. So all the artists are listed in the back, and they have signed, well, quote unquote signed. It's printed on the back of each of the illustrations who it's by. So you can go and check out all of these people on Instagram or wherever and give them some support, which is really awesome. And then some of them are really simple images, and some of them are a little bit more, but I just think they're funny. You can tell some of them are definitely from specific popular books too. There are a couple that I'm not quite sure where they're from, but I really like all of them in here. And even the ones that are simple, like these are just pretty images. They're not, specifically anything, it's not for a specific story or anything, but it's just pretty. And then you've got images like that, where that's definitely one of the Bat Boys from ACOTAR. I feel like that is definitely Tamlin, right? Like that's I'm assuming. But yeah, it's a good story. I like this one too. I want to know what book that's from because I want to read that. I don't know what that's from though, but I like it. Yeah, there's some really, really pretty pictures in here. And I do love that they have the artists on the back of each one, so you can kind of give credit. So this one is from, now I can only think of Onyx Storm because that's the newest one. Fourth Wing. Yeah, I like that. It's a good book. Single-sided, so definitely can use alcohol markers. I love this page. Love that page. I like this one too. This is the parapet from Fourth Wing. I've been listening to that one, to the second book of that lately, so I'm kind of in that mode right now. But yeah, beautiful book. So that is Romantasy coloring book. I think you can get this on Amazon, and it's a Dover book. I didn't realize that. It's published by Dover, so that's pretty cool. And then the original Romantasy movie is Princess Bride. This is my favorite movie ever. I'm sure a lot of people would say the same thing. And then I needed, and when I found out there was a coloring book, I had to get it. And yeah, so I just noticed what is the eels and the rodents of unusual size are in the back there. When I found out there was a book, I needed to get it, and definitely I had to get this used because it's another one that's really hard to find. But this is illustrated by Rachel Curtis. You can find her on Tumblr and DeviantArt, but there's her handles there. Okay, so it's really cool. There's a lot of quotes. So, this movie is the most quotable movie ever, I think. But there's a lot of quotes kind of through here. And I think that that's really neat. And then she's got it kind of mixed in with an image of the character as well. So I think that's really interesting and cool. Such a good movie. Really cool book. Like I said, I would love to color in it, but this is one where I kind of flip through. I'm like, oh, I remember that. I love that. I love this scene. This is a great scene. And then I'm like, oh, I can't color it because I know what they're supposed to look like. But yeah, it's wonderful. I love it. I will share again the ISBN with you if you want to see if you can track it down somewhere. I lied. It's not available because it's hidden behind this sticker. And it's not coming off, unfortunately. So, but if you search the Princess Bride coloring book, I'm sure you'll find something similar out there. But yeah, love this book. And then I do have the Court of Thorns and Roses book. It's another book that's just beautiful. It is single-sided, basically, because the backside just has like snippets from the books, but illustrations are what I really love. There are a couple of different artists. Looks like 5 different artists. But the ones like this are my favorite. They're just so good. There's some really, really good art styles in here. Like, look at that. It's such a beautiful page. Yeah, there's some really good ones in this book. A couple in here that I don't love as much or that I probably wouldn't color. Like, this is pretty, but I don't think that I would color it. But it is a really nice book. Or nice page. This one I probably wouldn't color either just because of all the little houses and stuff, but I do like that part of it. Yeah, it's stunning. I love the artwork in this. Like, this one especially is amazing. And then the one of the 3 sisters later on is really good. The one of the Weaver is really, that one's crazy, but I think it would be neat to color. I like that one a lot. It's just, yeah. And like the way they've captured the scenes, like I love this one. All I could think of though when she did that was the scene from Austin Powers where he's like, who throws a shoe? I'm hoping somebody else out there gets that reference. But yeah, beautiful book. Definitely want to color in this at some point. Like, this one is another one that's really pretty to look at, but I would go crazy trying to color that, I think. There's just too much. Too much. But yeah, beautiful book. So that is A Court of Thorns and Roses. And then we have my Critical Role book. So I have the Vox Machina coloring book, which is again a multiple artist book. So you get, there's quite a few. There's what, 8? Yeah, 8 different artists in this one. But like, look at that. Isn't that amazing? And again, this is one because I'm familiar with the show. I love that one. I know kind of, you know, what these scenes are about. There's another one really, really good. What these scenes are about and like the feeling that you get from these scenes is just like this, for example. But this is one that, again, I was really hesitant to color because I love these characters so much. But this is nice because they're not actually real people. Like, now there is a cartoon out, so you could, you know, say that you need to make it look just like the cartoon, but the illustration styles are so different in this that it's okay if it doesn't look exactly the same. But I did recently do a page in the next book, which is also Critical Role, so I feel like that kind of has opened the floodgates to me being able to get in here and do some of these pages because I love these. So pretty. So that's the Vox Machina one. Here is the Mighty 9 coloring book. So the first one is the first series. This is the second series that they did. Yeah, I love all the pages in here. It was really hard to choose one to color with my buddy, but we picked one. This was another one of my all-time favorite pages. I love it. This is one I probably will not color because this whole scene terrified me when I was watching it. And there's so many little things to color, like it would just be crazy. There's some really good ones in here. It makes me want to go back and rewatch this series because I just fell in love with these characters. That's another one where there's so much going on, but it's a really cool page, but just too much, I think. Too much for me. But yeah, so here is the page that I did with my buddy. I really love the way that this ended up turning out. And my buddy is Amy Ward Art, so if you guys have not checked out her channel, you can go check her out. She's a phenomenal artist, and then is also a critter like I am, which is what you call people who like Critical Role. So it was nice to find another colorist that is also into Critical Role, so we were able to buddy on this one, and her page turned out so cool, and I just am so thankful that she was there to help me get the courage to color in this book, and I am very pleased with the way it turned out. I think turned out so cool. I was very nervous, especially once I put the alcohol marker work down, and then I was like, oh no, what did I do? But then I just kind of went through and started shading things, and it ended up working. This is one of the best scenes in that series. And yeah, it's one of my favorites. So yeah, it's just amazing books. Amazing. This artwork is so stunning. I love this one too. It's another one of my favorite scenes. So yeah, so that is the Mighty Nein coloring book. And then last but not least is the Fern Calloway Fae Fantasy Coloring Adventure book. This is from the current series campaign that they are doing. And, oh, sorry, if you didn't want to see, this is a choose your own adventure coloring book. So if there are people who don't want to be spoiled by what pages are in this, I'm going to be flipping through this just to show some pages. Hopefully I didn't spoil you already. But there's some really cool illustrations in here. And yeah, I can't wait to color in it. This one is double-sided, unfortunately, but I think it'll be fine. It'll be fine. If the paper is nice enough, I think that I'll be able to use water-based markers on there and distress inks and things like that. Maybe water mediums as well. I just don't think you can't use alcohol markers. That's the only problem. So yeah, so this is the one that I want to work on, and this is one of my books, my untouched books to color in this year. So I hope to get some work done in that soon. So yeah, that is all of my pop culture books. I hope that you guys enjoyed that. I don't have a lot of pages done in them, but I really like to just look through them. Yeah, and this is my collection of them after I pared down, so just keep that in mind. But yeah, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Bye!